You get to be lost in your 20s. What a privilege that is to spend your 20s figuring out what the heck you want to do with your life. What a freaking privilege that is. Welcome to another Yap Attack video. These are videos I make so I can just talk my mind and get them off my mind. It's pretty much like a podcast. I just get to lay in bed and just yap away because I talk a lot. Anyways, today I'm going to be yapping about the fact that we are supposed to be lost in our 20s. I'm so sick of this belief that we've all fallen victim to having of needing or thinking or believing that we need to have our whole entire lives figured out in our 20s. Like what is that all about? I've seen this quote the other day. I seen this quote last year. I don't know why I said the other day, but I seen this quote and it was pretty much saying, when you're 20, you're a newborn 20-year-old. When you're 21, you're 1 year into your adult journey. When you're 22, you're only 2 years into your adult journey. And people are out here expecting or putting this pressure on all these 20-year-olds to have a whole life sorted out. So I'm 23 now, so I feel like I'm quite qualified to speak on being in your 20s because I've been here for a good 3 years now. I wholeheartedly believe that being lost in your 20s is literally the definition of being in your 20s. Like, you want to be lost. That is how you're going to find yourself. That is going to be how you find your career, how you find your people, how you find what the frick you want to do with your life. And even then, you don't have to have it all figured out. You could find exactly what you want to do with your life when you're 24. Great, stick to it. Do it, love it. And then by 27, you might be like, fuck that. I want to move on to something else. And that is normal. That is okay. That is what life is about. Like, we are living in a day and age where we are so privileged to be able to figure out, like, spend our days figuring out what we want to do. And we're allowed to switch what we want to do. Like, just take a moment to be so grateful for that, because sometimes I'm just like, whoa, hang on a second. We're literally living in a time where we actually get to choose and pick and experiment with all these different careers and all these different things we want to do. Like, I'm sorry, that is actually crazy, because if you think back in, you remember all history we were studying where these women could not choose what they wanted to do, especially women, and most likely men too. Like, they always had to fight in the wars, do all these specific jobs. Like, we're living in a time where we are so privileged to choose what we want to do for our career path, and being lost is such a privilege. And social media is not helping. Social media does not help anything with this case of, I feel lost in my 20s. Oh my God, what is going on? Like, I see so many videos pretty much nearly every day, because I'm a scroller. I really need to break the habit, but I'm a scroller. But I see videos all the time of these girls, especially girls. I think I've just filtered my For You page to be mostly girls. I'm sure there's boys that go through it as well. But so many girls making videos talking about how they're feeling so lost in their 20s. I don't know what I'm doing in my 20s. I don't know, like, I'm struggling. What am I doing in my 20s? Like, all these people are doing so much better than me. No. Like, this is what social media has done. Social media is literally the biggest comparison trap ever. We are not meant to be known. We are not meant to know what millions and thousands and hundreds, I should have said that in the other order, hundreds and thousands and millions of other people our age are doing. We're not supposed to know that. Like, before social media, think about it. Before social media, all we knew what was going on in other people's internal lives was our family, ourselves, and our close few friends. That's all we knew the lives of. We didn't know all these in-depth lives of all these randoms online that were our age. We didn't know all these people that are our age traveling overseas and living in a different country and doing all these major, magnificent things that we can so easily compare ourselves to. And I think now, because social media has been around for a long time, and pretty much the majority of our 20s, it's been around, like, it's been hardcore around, where people are posting daily, consistently, like, they're posting their whole lives on there, where we're constantly comparing ourselves. And maybe you're not even comparing yourself, you're just constantly watching all these people your age doing these crazy big things where it's deemed so normal. Like, traveling the world in your 20s, it's not just a normal thing to do. It's not a normal thing to do. And you shouldn't get online and see thousands of different people in their 20s literally traveling the world. Like, that is not a normal thing to do. And social media makes it out to be so normal. And if you're not doing that, then you're behind. Like, I'm sorry. People that are out traveling the world, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Like, that is so cool. I want to do that one day. But that is not normal. That is not normal. Like, that is extravagant. And even buying a house, like, we're constantly seeing these pictures of the people standing next to a sold sign in their 20s buying a house. And I'm just like, that is not normal either. Like, that is an extravagant thing to do. But because we see so much of it, our brains start thinking that is normal. Like, everyone is doing that, because I'm seeing so many posts. Oh my God, everyone is doing that. You're never going to see a post on social media of someone saying, oh, I haven't bought a house yet. People don't post that. People aren't just going to get on there and say, I'm in my 20s and haven't bought a house. Like, no, people only post their highlight reels on Instagram, TikTok, all the things. I just don't believe that is what our brains are meant to be witnessing. And I think that's why it's really, really hard to get out of the cycle where we feel like we're not doing enough in our 20s and we feel like we should not be lost in our 20s. It's seriously so crazy how we all picked up this belief somewhere in our life, or you know what, it's probably been in our bloodline for years and years and years, because if you look back in history, like so many people, like it was normal to get married so young, it was normal to have kids so young, it was normal to do all these things so young, but times have changed. Spoiler alert, times have changed, and we are allowed to feel lost in our 20s and not have to feel guilty about it. It's not a bad thing to be lost in your 20s. That is normal. Let's normalize the shit out of this, because it is normal. There is so many opportunities for you in your 20s. There is so many things, and you don't want to choose one job in your 20s and think this is the career path for me, because by the time you're 24, 25, your bloody mind would have changed. Your mind would have grown even more. You would have learned so many new things, and you want to change what you're doing. So don't ever put pressure or feel pressured to have it all figured out. Even though old mate down the road is the exact same age as you and has the picture perfect picket white fence, the family, the dog, the dream car, he's already bought his house, that does not matter, okay? That does not affect you, and you do not have to be like them. They're happy, they're living their best life, but that does not affect you. How cool is it knowing that you actually get to experience all these new memories? You get to make all these new memories. You get to spend your days, well, majority of your days, deciding what you want to do. Like, you have the privilege to sit there, wake up and be like, oh, I got work at 3 p.m. today. What should I do in the morning? That is, how crazy cool is that? You have so much opportunity ahead of you every single day to figure out what you want to do, to explore new things, do new things, try new things, and be like, oh, I actually like that. And you learn so many new things about yourself. Like, that is so freaking cool. So I'm going to share some advice that's in my brain that has helped me kind of overcome, I mean, it's a journey, but I'm overcoming this fear of not having it all figured out in my 20s, because social media makes me feel like I need to have it figured out, blah, blah, blah. So what I'm pretty much doing is changing my mindset, as this whole bloody video has been about, is pretty much changing your mindset. When you have the old beliefs pop in of like, oh, she's doing so well in her 20s, I should be there. Like, I'm so far behind. I'm so far. No, you need to stop that train of thought. Okay, that is your old belief creeping in, trying to downplay all your achievements, downplay your life, and be like, oh, I'm not good enough. I need to have all this figured out in my 20s. I'm not living like her. You need to really, really recognize that thought, stop it, and be like, hang on a second. Am I comparing my life to her? Yes, I am. Knock that shit out and tell yourself a new belief. Something like, I do need to have it all figured out. Like, oh my gosh, this is so cool that I don't know what I'm doing yet, because there is so much opportunity for me every single day to trial new things and trial what I want to do in my life. Like, how exciting is that? And another thing that I really, really, really suggest you do is, if you feel triggered or you feel like you're comparing yourself to someone that is similar age as you, and they just seem to be like having it all together, block them. If someone is on your phone making you feel a negative emotion, making you feel a negative way, hello, block them. This is your phone. You get to decide what you see on your phone. So really start setting those boundaries with people. And I know it's like a messed up dopamine hit we get when we see someone that we're jealous of and we watch their videos. Like, I'm very guilty of myself. I scroll through, but I feel so shit afterwards. But it's such like a guilty dopamine feeling, like a shit dopamine feeling. I don't even know what it is. Might research that actually, but when you find yourself, like, notice yourself going down that spiral of stalking someone and feeling shit about yourself because you're literally stalking them, being like, wow, I want their life, my life's so shit compared to them, block them. Have the balls, stand up for yourself, respect yourself, and block them, because you know it's just going to make you feel like shit if you see their videos again. And keep in mind that they are showing you the highlight reel. So with all of that said, congratulations, you're in your 20s and you feel lost. I'm so proud of you, because you know what? You made it to your 20s and your world, your life, everything is just getting started. Like, you have not even touched or scraped the surface of getting to know yourself yet. How cool is that? Like, that is, getting little goosebumps. That's a cool line. You haven't even scraped the surface of getting to know yourself. I kind of hope this video helped you feel a different way about feeling lost in your 20s and change your perspective a bit and get you excited. Get you excited to know that you get to feel lost in your 20s, and feeling lost in your 20s is so fucking normal, and it's the best thing ever. You're on the exact path you need to be on. You are on the exact path you need to be on. I don't know why I said that twice. I'm quite sorry about that. Anyways, I'm going to actually shut up this time, and that's it from me. Bye.
We could leave the Christmas lights up till January.